Otsukare-sama desu. Good evening, poohske here from Tokyo. Os means it's a really informal way of greeting each other. It's like it's almost like sup or sup, I guess would be the best explanation. Very informal. You probably shouldn't use it unless they're close friends. But you guys are watching the channel, so let's be friends. So Otsukare-sama desu. Otsukare-sama desu is like another way of saying good job in another word, in a simple way. It's like a polite way of saying thank you for all your hard work. I'm just assuming everybody's finished working or did something that required effort, thus you deserve a good job or a job well done. Okay. Alright then. Updates on the printer. I ordered parts, but I used the wrong cards for it, so I used an old expired card. So the order didn't go through. I went ahead and ordered it again. Should be here tomorrow. No big deal. Actually, I'm really upset about it, but I'm going to pretend it's not a big deal. I opened up the printer. All its insides are exposed, so we can just put in the part when it arrives. I'm going to redo the rewiring and or rewrap the wiring so it looks better, because it looks a hot mess right now. These are some of the cables. I mentioned yesterday that I broke the thermometer, or the temp check, and see, this is what I mean. There used to be a little glass bulb around it that went into the block, that whenever it heats up it tells the machine at what temperature it's at and if it needs more juice or not. And without it, the printer just knows it shows that it doesn't know what temperature it is, so it won't heat up. And I probably wouldn't want to run it, even if it did run without it. I probably wouldn't want to do that because there's a chance of fire, which I'm trying to avoid as much as possible. Especially considering I have lithium batteries and all kinds of hazards in the room already. But the new one, this is the old one. This is the part that actually attaches to the printer. It's meant to cool down the hot end, to keep the hot end hot and keeping that heat from transferring over to the machine or to PLA that's still in the pipes. So it's going to change from this one to this one. This is an old one. It's another one I broke. It's the wrong one. Everything about it is good except for the top. This is one that is directly fed. It doesn't have a pipe. It just goes directly from the extruder to the cooling vents to the hot end. So it should fit. The clamp I made for the sides should still hold it, but the top is going to be different. So it'll have a screw or thread so you can screw in the pipe that goes all the way to the extruder. Another thing I did is I cracked open one of the solar cells, and look on the back. I've never seen one of these before. I mean, I've never played with these before, and they're really interesting to me. How they work, why they work. This is supposed to be the future of energy, yet they're a total mystery to me. I know how nuclear reactors works. I know how like dams, even coal. But these solar cells, they're interesting. They're going to be fun to play with. Put them on my glasses. Charge my cell phone while I stare at the sun. No, that's idiotic. But they're interesting, and I'm gonna read more or look up, read more into it, and see just how much I can comprehend about them. I doubt I'll ever be able to make these, and they're not expensive. So I plan to buy some solar cells from whoever, or just take them off parts that are already out there. So That's exciting for me. Anything that can be renewed is interesting. I hope someday we can move from using lithium for batteries, and I'm really hoping, and I hear somebody's getting close to using sodium or salt for batteries, because there's an abundant amount of salt in the world. And if we can replace or create batteries that run off of or that holds a charge with salt, that would be a game changer. That would change everything. And that's what I'm hoping for. So when I finish building my mobile suit that fits around my body, my salt batteries will keep me running forever. And it'll charge with the sun, and then I'll go fight under. It's a dream, but it's where we're heading. It's where I hope we head for. So I find all of these things interesting. This 3D printer, it's a simple concept, simple idea, but I feel like it's going to lead to more and more and more things. Hopefully it can work with metal, hopefully it can make circuits, hopefully it can do more and more as time progresses. A 3D printer is just a start of having your own, not a production, but something that can be created in your house. And you can't say that about many things, but this is something that even a novice would be able to work with. Someone with no experience who just decides what they want, loads it up, and makes it. That idea in itself is amazing to me. It's literally one step closer to what we picture the future being. And I'm excited. But until then, I have to wait for my part to show up tomorrow. I'll put them in. I didn't order any PLA because I was in such a hurry to reorder the part again that PLA slipped my mind. But I have enough to get me in trouble. Today's snack is not for the faint of heart, so if you're just curious about the printer and how it's doing, you might want to skip to the last few minutes of it, because this next snack is not something we commonly eat. Now, to me, these are like pumpkin seeds. Some people eat the shell, some people don't. Some people think it's perfectly fine to eat the whole thing. And that's how I feel about these. They're used as an ingredient, but their salty taste goes really well when you're drinking alcohol. Today's snack is these little dried fish. They come from this bag. Now they may be just an ingredient for cooking, but I have these often actually as a snack. And they're really good. So close your eyes if you don't want to see. They're so good to me. They remind me of like beef jerky. I usually enjoy them when I'm having some sort of alcoholic drink, or yeah, usually something sweet, a sweet drink. But to me they're good. There's like a smaller version of these, and they're softer, that you put in kids' meals, like infants, because they're jam-packed with calcium. That's basically what this damn thing is just a calcium stick. So when they're really little, you want to introduce as much calcium into their system as you can to get them nice and sturdy and durable. Children, that is. Oh, by the way, the kids came back okay from the ski trip. A few scratches, a few bumps, but nothing broken. So overall, a good ski trip. That's it for today. Just hoping to get that printer part tomorrow. And I'm really enjoying these. I'll be more honest in my reaction to things, because I won't fly off the handle for everything. But whenever I'm about to fly off the handle, I'll make sure to keep it as honest as possible. These will probably be my thumbnail. I'm telling you, you gotta be open-minded. You'll be surprised at the things that you enjoy when you come to Japan. I would never have said, hey, let me get some little dried fish I can chew on while I vlog a few years ago. But now, it's almost natural. I still haven't slept, so I do have work in a few hours. I stayed up all night yesterday, all day today. So I'm gonna head to bed here soon. One word of advice. Today I cooked dinner, and what I cook the most is Mexican food. If you're coming from the States, bring Mexican food ingredients. They're so hard to come by here in Japan. Even the seasoning or the corn flour is incredibly rare. The spices, the chilies, the dried chilies, all of that are damn near impossible. The only thing I can find pretty commonly nowadays is cilantro, which is herbs. So that's a good thing, and that's just because they use it in Vietnamese dishes, not because it's connected to Mexican food. There are some international stores out here, but you're gonna pay an arm and a leg. Like I saw a can of cheese, like regular cheap dipping cheese that normally costs like $1.60, $1.70 back in the States, and it costs 3,000 yen. That's $30 for a can of cheese, and it's not even. I don't know why they consider it almost a luxury item. It's not, and I'm never gonna pay that much. So you appreciate what you had back home when you're out here. You can get it, but you're gonna pay an arm and a leg for it. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. 3,000 yen for a can of cheese. But I'll leave it at that. Again, feel free to leave a like, comment, and a suggestion if you have any questions down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you for coming. Let's get some of this. Have a good night.